Hey everybody, I am back. I'm doing another video because, because I really don't know what else to do. I'm not, well, I was gonna say I'm not really bored, but I mean, I work nights and it's my first day off, which means technically I should be sleeping right now, but I started doing YouTube stuff and now I've been drinking Coke, so I'm not tired. And excuse me. And I'm just kind of upset. So I'm I'm gonna do a vlog thing because I'm just I don't know. Anyway, first thing is I feel like everything right now is kind of going like south. I don't know why. I don't know why things are going wrong. I don't know if I did something to attract karmic retribution, or if someone is actually sending me negative energy, or if I've just hit a tremendously annoying run of bad luck, or what. I don't know. Well, I am currently in, I guess, a fight with someone who may or may not still be a friend. I don't even know. She's actually one of the people who introduced me to paganism. For a while there, I was thinking she's a really good friend, whatever. Now we happen to work together. She happens to also be my boss, supervisor, whatever you want to call it. And we tend to butt heads because I don't agree with her supervisory stuff. I don't know. I don't agree with how she runs the shift. And I guess I'm vocal about it. There's been a couple of things that have happened on the shift that I really didn't agree with how she handled it. I was disappointed in her for how she handled it. I've been, stressed about that. Then, of course, there's also the fact that we got into it the other night, and she basically told me that questioning her decisions at all was insubordination. And since we work for a government entity that happens to be law enforcement related, insubordination is like one of those like high up there. You can get fired like right off the bat if you're even like whatever. It's big deal. But this is not the first time that she has passive aggressively threatened insubordination or whatever. There was like it's like one time when I first came back on the shift, she said what I'd done was insubordination. And I was like, okay. Which I guess technically that time it kind of was, except that like I did actually do what she was asking, so it wasn't insubordination because I followed her order or whatever. Anyway, but since then it's like, okay, so if she says or does something that I don't agree with, I'm going to say something about it because she's a new supervisor. I mean, she's only been in the job for like a year. And She says that, she's been supervising since she was like 8 or whatever. I don't freaking care because she micromanages. It pisses me off, and I don't work well in a situation where I feel like I'm being watched all the time. I don't appreciate being treated like a child that can't do anything without mommy standing over me. Um, Sorry, I'm venting. I'm really upset about this because it's turned into something personal. Because what ended up happening was we got into a fight. She said her shit, I said my stuff. Excuse the language. Um, and I didn't know what else to do. And her husband is one of my friends as well. Um, and he told me when I first started to become friends with her that she can be difficult, that she has a tendency to sabotage her friendships without knowing she's doing it or whatever, and not to give up on her. And I was like, okay, that should be easy enough. But I got to the point where I was like, okay, like I'm I'm giving up, and if you don't want me to give up, then you need to help me. So I basically reached out to him and said, look, your wife is pissing me off, and I don't know what to do about it, and I'm done, and I don't know how much more of this I can handle without going, I'm done. This isn't worth it. So we had our chat, and he talked me back up, and got me into going, okay, well, I can do this. I can, we can make things right. No big deal. Before that happened, I vented, he vented, whatever. We both had our moments where we vented. I was pissed. I said things, and the conversation was technically supposed to just be between us. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, he's married to her. Of course, he's going to talk about it. Whether or not he plans to, he's going to say something. But I was so pissed at the time that I was like, I don't even care if he says anything to her, like I just don't effing care. So, more shit happens. Excuse the language. I'm sorry. More stuff happens, and I'm getting upset about like work-related stuff. I mean, like, I'm really upset about how she's treating me at work. Supervisor to employee, because I feel like she's treating me like a child. I feel like she's talking down to me, and I feel like she doesn't respect me. And just because, I'm your subordinate doesn't mean you can't respect me, especially as a person. And I was kind of feeling like, okay, well, if you can't respect me as a person in the workplace, how am I going to expect you to respect me as a person outside of the workplace? So anyway, I had the idea that we would, try to work things out. I invited myself to go with her on break last night. We went on break together. It was really awkward. And I finally said, look, I don't like this tension. This is bugging the crap out of me. I just want to, like, work through it or whatever. And basically she said that she was hurt more than I was, which I don't think is actually true. We're just hurting in different ways. And she said that she wasn't, ready to work through stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, that's your prerogative, whatever. Well, we made our stops on our break or whatever, and on the way back, she gets in the car and she says, for, privacy reasons, I'm not going to say their names or whatever, but she basically says, well, my husband told me that you guys talked. I'm like, okay, well, that's great, that's fine. I'm not mad about it. And she said, well, he told me what you said about me, and it was hurtful. And I was like, okay, did he tell you what he said? Because just It's hurtful in my opinion, but whatever. And she was like, yeah, he told me. And I'm like, yeah, sure. But anyway, apparently I had told him about something that had happened months ago, but that had really bugged me about something that she did. And she basically said she was mad at me for telling him what she said about him. Well, okay, look. It's not my place to get between a marriage. I get that. I mean, I'm married. If someone came between me and my husband, I'd be pissed. So I understand her, getting mad about that. But it was just like, I had no freaking clue, I don't even know, like, I'm sitting here thinking we're pissy at each other about work-related stuff, and all of a sudden she's like, oh no, like, oh my god, I'm so upset about something else, and I'm like, way to tell me, because I have no clue, and you know what, I said it, I can't take it back, it's over and done with, all I can say was, I shouldn't have said it, I'm sorry. And that's it. That's all I got. So anyway, I'm upset about that and everything. And on top of that, I have good news and bad news. I made my first sale on Etsy, which was great news until I came home yesterday and went to go package up the ring that was bought. Well, turns out it's missing. It is the only piece of jewelry that I have created that is missing. I can account for every single other piece. Every piece. And I can't find this one. So, it's the only one missing. And I don't know what to do about it. It should be there. There's no reason it shouldn't be there. I haven't moved the stupid, thing that I've had all of the pieces sitting on. And I'm just like thoroughly embarrassed because not only is this supposed to be my first sale and it's supposed to go smoothly and all that crap, but I can't find it. And I mean, it's like, what am I supposed to tell my customer? So basically I told her I screwed up and I'm really sorry and I'm embarrassed and it's a one-of-a-kind piece, so it's not like I can like remake it or anything. So, excuse me, apparently I am tired. So I refunded her money. I mean, what else can I do? I sent her a refund and I told her that, if and when the ring turns up, if I find it, it's hers. Free. I'll just send it to her because I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I mean, I was gonna try and like make something else that would work or whatever, like with the same stone and everything, like the same type of stone because it was my aquamarine ring. I was gonna make another aquamarine ring, but like all the aquamarine that's within that like budget that I created the first ring with is really crappy and basically almost clear and not blue. And I just like the ring that I had originally made, the stone is really, really small, but at least it's really blue too. I mean, you can tell it's blue. I don't know. I'm really upset and I feel like there's a lot of negativity around here, and part of it's me, and part of it I feel like is just like, I don't know where it's coming from, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what I can do magically, spiritually, whatever to do about it besides like meditating and grounding. And if there is anyone out there that wants to send me positive energy, that would be like totally awesome. 'Cause I'm having a rough time. And I have cried straight for the past like 3 days now. Excuse me, sorry, I'm really upset. I cried last night at work. I wasn't gonna cry. but one of my coworkers, who I consider a friend, is, she called me and she said, hey, she knows that I'm like having a fight with the other friend or whatever, and she said, hey, I saw, that you guys came back in together, like, what's going on? And I said, well, I tried to make things right, and I started telling her about it, and I just started crying. I couldn't help it. I was really upset. I mean, I didn't know what to do. And, before I went into work, I freaking cried because I was really upset about something. I don't know. I was just upset. I was just not in a good place. And I was trying to explain something to my husband, and he wasn't understanding it. And I was saying it wrong anyway, but he wasn't understanding what I was trying to tell him, and I was getting frustrated, and he, wasn't understanding, and it wasn't his fault, but I was, I took it out on him, and I was really upset, and I got upset with him, and I wasn't very nice, and, it wasn't that I was mean. I was just, I just wasn't nice, and, I finally just, turned around, and I couldn't help it. I started crying, and I can't stop crying in the past couple of days. It's been really annoying, actually. But I haven't cried in a while, so maybe I need a good cry. I don't know. I mean, anyway, holy crap, I've taken up, freaking 17 minutes here. Before, you know it, I'm going to have a 20-minute video about me and my issues. So anyway, I'm sorry. I know there's, more serious things going on in the world, and my problems aren't, anywhere near that bad. It's just kind of overwhelming me in my little world right now. So, yeah, anyway, if you have some extra time and you have some extra positive energy to give out, it'd be awesome if you could send it my way. Otherwise, if you've even gotten this far, thanks for watching the whole frickin' video. Or whatever. So yeah. My next video will be happier. I swear. Promise. A lot. Promise. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.